Once upon a time, in a cozy little hole in the wall, lived a fun-loving mouse named Squeak. Now Squeak loved two things in his life: his family and cheese. And boy, did he love his cheese. Cheddar, Gouda, Swiss, it didn't matter. If it was cheese, Squeak was there. One day, while nibbling on a delicious piece of cheddar, Squeak heard some commotion outside. As he peeked out of his hole, he saw something that made his heart skip a beat. It was a giant wheel of cheese, bigger than any he had ever seen before, floating in the sky. "A cheese moon!" Squeak exclaimed. "I have to have it!" Now, you might be asking yourself, why does a mouse want a giant wheel of cheese in the sky? Well, you see, it wasn't just any cheese. It was a magical cheese. A cheese so divine that if a mouse could nibble on it, he could become the Mouse King, ruler of all mice everywhere. But there was a problem. The cheese moon was way up there in the sky, and Squeak was just a little mouse with a big dream. But Squeak was determined. He wanted to be the Mouse King more than anything. So he set off on an adventure to get to that cheese moon. Along the way, he met a wise old owl who told him, "Little mouse, you can't reach the cheese moon. It's way too high." But Squeak was determined. He thanked the owl for its help and continued on his journey. He soon came across a babbling brook and saw a beautiful bluebird sitting on a nearby tree. "Pretty bird," Squeak said, "could you help me reach the cheese moon?" The bluebird looked at Squeak and replied, "Little mouse, you're too small to reach the cheese moon. You need someone bigger, stronger." But Squeak was not giving up. He thanked the bluebird for her help and started to climb the tallest tree he could find. When he got to the top, he saw a majestic golden eagle soaring above him. "Mighty Eagle," Squeak cried, "please help me reach the cheese moon." The eagle swooped down and said, "Little mouse, you're in luck. I was just flying to the cheese moon myself." And with that, the eagle took Squeak to the cheese moon. As they approached, Squeak saw a huge spider web covering the entire wheel of cheese. "Oh no!" Squeak cried. "How am I going to get through this?" But the eagle had an idea. He gave Squeak a big nudge, and with all his might, Squeak managed to get a tiny hole in the web. Then, with the eagle's help, he squeezed through and reached the cheese moon. It was the most delicious cheese he had ever tasted, and Squeak happily munched away. As he nibbled, he thought about how far he had come and all the friends he had made along the way. He realized that maybe being the Mouse King wasn't all that important after all. Maybe the real adventure was the friends he made along the way. And with that, Squeak the little mouse, who loved cheese, lived happily ever after. The end. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.